Hello guys, my name is Anna and I'm a Ukrainian, and I have decided I will vlog daily from my country Ukraine since the start of this awful war with Russia. And in my daily videos I try to update you on the important real life situations in my country Ukraine, and of course I'm always glad to answer your questions and to clarify some facts from our history, our culture, our background, or whatever interests you. And today I have decided I want to speak a little bit about Russian social media and piracy. But actually what inspired me, or I cannot use the word inspired in this context, my reaction and the information I have come across once again on Facebook and in media, that after those awful terroristic attacks in Vinnytsia in Mykolaiv, where many civilians died, many children died because of Russians targeting medical center, the center of the city, the house of culture, and so many people dying, the reaction of Russians in social media was terrifying. There were lots of people telling things like there are no normal people in Ukraine, come on, continue killing Nazis, the more children die, the better the future of Ukraine will be as a part of Russia, and many other totally ugly things. And I have so much hatred to Russia. I have so much anger at them. I have so much reasons for that, so many reasons for that. But I don't wish to see dead Russian children, because this is wrong. And when I think about all these heavy weapons that we receive, all the things that we can do, honestly, I don't feel like any Ukrainians or our military feel they will ever target civilian objects. That's why it is no reason for people who support us, for countries who support us, to be afraid that if we have rockets, missiles that can actually reach Russian territory, we won't target civilian places, because this is not the way Ukrainians are. And I'm sure that those people who see the photos of killed Ukrainian children, and I have come across lots of this, like, paraphrased, there is a famous short story, it seems to me Ernest Hemingway was the author of the story, like one of the horror stories, that babies or children's shoes for sale never worn. And something similar now circulates Ukrainian media, like children's shoes worn in Vinnytsia, because there were photos of killed children, their shoes, and it all looks devastating. It looks awful. And Russian social media, they greet it and they think it's okay. And many people support Putin. So despite the fact that you persuade me, and I sometimes persuade myself, that in 140 million population of Russians there are normal people, but the number of these normal people is really, really, really small. And we have to say that the number of angry, evil people is really large. And in general, I think that if you want to imagine this real intellectual garbage can, you can imagine Russian social media. Just before the war, many of Ukrainians also used them, because once again, Russians war, informational war, trying to attract us to the Ruski Mir, trying to revive Soviet Union, was often planned and made through various cultural media things, like films, like series, like songs, like newspapers. And for example, at the beginning of 2000s, the majority of newspapers, journals, TV programs, they were all in Russian in Ukraine. And not because like it was a choice of Ukrainian people, but because it was like an old Soviet tradition. It was always like that, and you don't ask questions, and many people still believed Russian language to be superior. So for a long period of time, many Ukrainians used Russian social media, like Vkontakte, like Одноклассники. I'm sorry, I'm filming outside, so you can hear the sounds of Ukrainian city when it's more or less okay, so please forgive me, but I do think when it's summer, we can use this opportunity. So Russian social media like Vkontakte, like Odnoklassniki, I have never liked them personally, even when I was at the university, because they were always like with worse design and worse kind of information. And another extremely serious problem that is present in Russian social media is piracy. Intellectual piracy. They have total disrespect to copyright, and all post-Soviet countries have problems with that. And I'm lucky that I film vlogs without any music videos, and I always respect copyright. For me as a journalist, as a vlogger now, it's very important to know that I do not steal anybody's money, or I do not demonstrate something as mine when it's not mine. But even Ukrainian law is still like needs some improvements. But in general, I can tell you, analyzing even my students and other people, that Ukrainians respect copyright, and they want to respect copyright. They buy music, I buy Apple Music, I use free images to illustrate my articles. And in Russia, piracy is like a golden standard. And for example, now the majority of their social media are closed for Ukrainians for the sake of security, because like this is dangerous, and some stupid people can still share the location of Ukrainian troops, for example, some necessary military information. It wasn't a problem back in 2014, and that was the reason to actually ban Vkontakte and Odnoklassniki on the territory of Ukraine. But all the other social media are allowed. And in Russia, it's just the countries. They try to ban all free social media, and they copy. Once again, they not only use piracy products inside social media, they also steal the ideas of social media. For example, they create Russian Instagram, they create Russian YouTube, which is nothing else like stealing the idea of YouTube or stealing the idea of Instagram and pretending it to be a new Russian product. But me remembering that Vkontakte, when I had an account there, maybe like more than 7 years, definitely before the war, and it was not an active account, like just something like I had with Twitter. I was never active on Twitter. And that Vkontakte, you had access to millions of stolen songs, to millions of stolen films, to porn, to various dangerous groups sharing suicidal materials. So it is a huge garbage can. And even if we didn't have war with Russia, it would be very wise to ban the social media, just because they spread hatred, forbidden materials, they don't control age of the viewers, and of course they violate all possible copyright rules. And it is a very normal, I would say it's a Russian tradition, just like to say, why should I pay for music? Why should I pay for a book? Why should I pay for a photo if I can have it for free? And then this normal question, like when a song costs like 50 cents or something, it's not expensive. You can buy yourself a coffee, but you can't buy yourself a song that you will listen like for months or something. And all of these resources that we have right now, they are very affordable even for a Ukrainian at war. So I do think that this also tells a lot about Russians, their disrespect to copyright, their disrespect to rights, and this is a serious problem. And now their social media, they are resources of propaganda, and they also demonstrate many techniques similar to the ones described in Orwell in his books, when you substitute the ideas and you spread this propaganda. And of course, Russian-born social media like Vkontakte, like Odnoklassniki top that, because normal media, they ban Russian propaganda. And by the way, I have to confess that reading Russian trolls, and I keep some in my channel, I don't ban them, because I see that the level and the quality of their propaganda messages fall dramatically. And that might be a sign also that, I don't know, they have less money, or have problems with their fantasies or something, because nothing new appears, they repeat themselves, and it looks kind of dull. I do hope you don't have your accounts in Russian social media. And of course, this is not the most important element of our modern life, but definitely the ability to filter information, the ability to express your information adds up. And for many revolutions, for many democratic changes in many countries of the world, that was really important. And for our communication, YouTube and our other social media are important. And nowadays, Russian social media are resources of hatred. And once again, I have to confess that what made me speak about this are the comments that were left under the videos with the photos of victims, of children killed in Vinnytsia, killed in Mykolaiv. And what is really awful, that millions of Russians do support this. Millions of Russians are not afraid of their own country, of their own people committing this crime. And looking for good Russians, we have to remember that there are also lots and lots of really bad Russians. Thank you for watching my vlogs. If you like them, please like them, share them, and I'm very grateful when you subscribe to my channel, as this gives me a larger platform to share the information about Ukraine. And that this war continues and we do need the support of the world. It is extremely important for me to be able to keep you updated, and all the other Ukrainian vloggers. So please subscribe if you like the information I share. Thank you for buying me coffees, for becoming my patrons, but most importantly, thank you for speaking to your politicians, for conversation that you hold, and for not forgetting Ukraine, and for being with us. Slava Ukraini!